God.
moments after being out of this game, what is going through your head?
I'm not surprised. I kind of guessed it. By the way, I'm on call with Tia. So
Okay.
sorry.
Hey, Tia.
All
All right, keep
I'm
going.
not surprised. Angel was like, no, just quit. And I was just like, I'm going to try and just see if I can do it, even though there was like a 95% chance I was getting snuffed regardless. But I tried staying. I kind of knew that Matt was going to give the necklace to Griffin. So it's whatever. I know that I wasn't going to win because everyone was like down my fucking ass about like me going.
I normally don't keep up with DMs and stuff, but today I actually was, and I was trying to read them. And I actually saw you were trying pretty hard to get Griffin and Emma to vote with you. And then once Matt gave that necklace to Griffin, did you just know in that moment like it was over?
Yeah, I said like I was speaking to a few people. I spoke to Tia and I spoke to Rod, who like won last season. But
yeah.
I said if Matt gives the necklace to like Griffin or Emma, I'm like for sure going because the only person who would potentially flip would be Emma, but I knew that it was more likely that she wouldn't.
So obviously, you know, you thought this is day 23. You've been fighting in this game for a while. You're out, you know, due to circumstances of, you know, well, you were already a target, but then plus the tribe divisions probably didn't do you much of a favor. So how do you feel going out now? Are you proud of the game you played? Are you upset?
I'm not upset. I think I was more upset when I lost the Skype comp, only because that's when I knew I was going. But I'm like proud of the way I played. I always play an honest game. If I see something, I'm usually gonna call it out, and like that puts a big target on my back. But again, it's an Instagram game, and I'm not gonna change the way I am as a person for that.
You have played a really interesting game in the sense of, obviously, you had a lot of fan support. You had a lot of comments that people would hype you up. You were physically like phenomenal. Maybe one of, not necessarily the best, but one of the best. I think you and Bella probably, because Bella also won a challenge, was on the winning tribes. But you were known for, you know, carrying your tribes and being a good part of the physical, you know, tribe strength. So probably one of the most dominant physical players in the game. Found two idols. I think maybe the only person to ever play two idols at a tribal council at the same time. Like, but your social game and strategic game, you were kind of like out there. I felt like a lot of times by yourself. You weren't really included into conversations or groups. What do you think was happening with that? Why were you so ostracized?
I think a lot of my allies left pre-merge. So Winter, Justin, Colby, Joe. I really wanted to work with Alex and Jeff, but obviously that didn't happen. And, you know, I just found myself in a position where the other side was just bigger. So I don't think there's anything I could do about it. But, yeah, I think that's why socially I was isolated, but it's whatever. I don't really care.
You know, our game is very different from most games. Most games don't have like, I mean, some do now, but especially typically, this was originally one of the first of its kind with Skype tribal councils and Discord and just the intensity of the game. So it's obviously very different. Did you enjoy your time playing Reality Noted?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if most of my allies went a bit further, I would feel a bit better and I'd feel a lot happier. I think the fact that they all left back to back and I was put in a position where I was basically by myself and the only person I had was Dalton, but he like got rid of Angel. I would have had a lot more fun, but just being like isolated by everyone and knowing that I was going home because no one would give me a chance definitely like brought down my mood a lot.
Yeah. So the game itself, you liked. The lack of your allies going and being in the game, that's what you didn't like.
Yeah, definitely. Like I definitely talk about this game a lot, but just people.
Yeah. And you didn't ever face a tribal council all of pre-merge because you were a dominant physical force that was winning immunities. So did that hurt your game a bit?
Kind of, yes and no. I knew that being put on this tribe, like the Bastet tribe, it was very split, and I didn't really want to risk going to tribal. but the fact that people like Trey, Matt, Viva always went to Tribe Council, always voted with each other, it definitely did help them. So yeah, I think it did kind of disadvantage me, but it is what it is. I am a physical player.
I kind of tend to like to like point out things about the players as they go, or like thoughts that I had, and like obviously I always can't say too much because this is like a season that's going on and stuff. But and you're also a juror, so you do get to cast your vote, so I can't taint you with information. But it's very interesting, you as a player, because I feel like most of the times when I'm like, wow, that player is really good, like it's because they were a really good strategic player or social player, had a lot of game going on, were able to pull off moves. You're an interesting player because honestly, when you look at your social and strategic game, not like to not knock at you, but there's not much to like evaluate. It's not much to evaluate. It's not much to evaluate because you weren't always in the groups. You weren't always able to pull off moves. But that being said, looking at your game, you have made me reconsider maybe what certain players are, because your physical game was so dominant. Part of this game is being able to win your way to the end. And I think maybe you ended up on the right side tonight. I think maybe a certain couple things happened. You could have potentially been one of the people that win your way to the end. So I don't know. You are a very interesting player. I don't think that there's ever been a player like you on Reality Noted.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. And obviously, you're a juror, so I don't know if you're rooting for too many people, but who are you rooting for left in the game?
I can tell you who I'm not rooting for.
Okay.
I'm not rooting for Matt and Bella. I don't think a social game is like taking people that outside of this fandom and then bringing them and then like using them in a game. That's not a social game. You haven't really like tried speaking to other people. Who else is in the game? Griffin. I just feel like he's a follower, so not him either. I'm rooting for Connor because I genuinely feel like he's come here to play, and he is someone who will be willing to flip and make moves. Emma, obviously, I'm rooting for her. I wouldn't usually work with Emma, but I've just figured out that she is a lot more, I guess not dumb. It's just annoying to see people like Griffin just follow, and like Viva follow, Emily follow. So, and I guess the only person that I really, really, really want to see at the end is Dalton, and maybe Trey, but Dalton is definitely Dalton in like wise, because he's just someone who actually wanted to work with me and didn't flip on me at all. So, yeah.
All right. And I want to ask you this, because this is something that is interesting, I think. This was brought up last night in the chat. There was kind of an argument with you involved in it. I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about, but it basically, you just even made the statement. That's what made me remember. You don't want to root for someone like, say, Matt and Bella, because you believe they're working together and they're friends. They're obviously close coming into the game. But then also people were bringing up last night that you say that, but then you posted a confessional about like, I wouldn't turn on my friend, or something about Colby, stuff like that. So I want to give you this moment to kind of clear that up to everybody.
At the beginning of the season, Viva basically said she really wanted to work with Colby. I could see them like, I thought they were going to go to the end with each other. So I just think that was really fake. There's been games or Discord games that I haven't worked with Evan, or I've like not been with Tia. So the fact that they brought up Tia, like I was about to go off on them just for like mentioning her, but I just feel like if you're gonna like say you're working with your friend and then backstab them, that's really fucking fake. Like just say you don't want to work with them at the beginning of the season. It's just like, I don't understand why an Instagram game is so important to you that you do that. And like just seeing Colby upset about it annoyed me. So yeah, I just feel like Bella and Matt also say that they're working against each other like they've had before. No, they haven't. Like, what? Am I stupid? I'm sure everyone else are gonna like believe their lies, but I'm not. I'm not the type of player.
All right, and for my final question for you, I want to go ahead and just kind of give you the chance to talk to anyone that maybe is a fan that is watching this when it's posted, or maybe any players in the game that you played with. Any final words you'd like to say to them?
For the players in the game, now that I'm out, at least you can be high in rankings. And for the people who, I'm not sure if you're going to like do a newbie season or anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you see friends, don't fucking follow them. Don't be a Viva. Don't be a Griffin, because you're just going to end up losing it. Like, you're going to end up losing a game that you actually care about. So that's really it.
All right. Thank you so much, Noor. It was great having you. I want to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to change your role on Discord. So you'll still be in the Discord, but you'll now be a juror, to where you can join the little jury channels and you can interact with them. You know, maybe talk about who you want to vote, who you want out, whatever you want to do. I'll add you to the chat, and yeah, you'll be able to attend tribals just like normal, except you'll be on mute. But you can totally go on camera, and you will be voting for a winner. So you're definitely still part of the season.
How did me and Angel go out like together?
I know, like technically it should have been the same night, but like now it's like, you know, a 1 night difference, but same little time.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for casting me.
No problem. Thank you so much, Noor, for playing. It was great having you. I'll just do the jury chat.
Bye.
Bye.